Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Jonathan Javier, the CEO of Wonsulting, and today I'm going to talk about a topic I love talking about, resumes. So, we're going to talk about resumes today. On average, recruiters and hiring managers take a look at them for 6 seconds. If you Google this, it'll show you exactly that and with a ton of different sources. Now, how do you capture the attention of a recruiter when you have only 6 seconds? Well, we're going to talk about it today and hopefully it can give you some insights to make that perfect resume. So the first part of your resume is your name and contact info. Now this is very straightforward. You put your first name, you put your last name, and then you specifically put your LinkedIn, your email, and your phone number. You can also include an external website that showcases your portfolio if you need it, and you can also put your specific location, which would be city and state. Now the font that we'd recommend is Times New Roman, and make sure that the font size is nothing less than a 10. I think 11 is ideal, 12 is good too as well, but 10 should be the lowest amount you should put specifically for your font size. Now, work experience, you should put on the top if you are not a student or a new grad. If you are a student or a new grad, specifically put your education at the top. But let's break down what you specifically put in your work experiences. Now, your work experience should have the relevant experiences that are tailored towards the company or industry that you are trying to get into. So for example, if I'm trying to be a financial analyst or going to a role specifically at a bank or a large firm, I would put a lot of different financial analyst experiences, internships, etc. onto my resume's work experience so it showcases that I've worked already in the industry. You put it specifically in chronological order, going from your most recent to your oldest position. How you start your bullets is very simple. Your bullets should start specifically with an action verb. We have an action verbs list if you want to download it. You start with an action verb, and then you must put your hard skills that you utilize in the role, impact metrics that you've utilized and that you've shown the impact that you made specifically in that role, and that will allow you to showcase to the recruiter or hiring manager that you have the qualifications that could fit the job description. Let's say I still work at Cisco and I work as a financial analyst. What I would say and think to myself is when have I utilized collaboration skills specifically in this role? At Cisco, I worked with multiple teams. Let's say I worked with operations, I worked with finance, I worked with FinOps, etc. I would then mention that specifically in one of my bullets, and then I also talk about the impact that I made specifically in the role. How you can do that is finding the metrics through numbers and percentages. And if you don't know the exact number and percentages, ask your peers or your manager. That's what I used to do when I was in the corporate world. So here's a great first experience sentence. Let's say that I'm talking about collaborating with a team. So I would say, collaborate with multiple teams and stakeholders in finance, operations, and accounting. Then you can put analyzing financial statements and giving recommendations to senior management, which increased our revenues by 15% month to date. But do you see how I showcased the collaboration skills, but also presenting to senior management and also making an impact on the company in one bullet? That is exactly how you can utilize those impact metrics and structure your sentences in a correct and formidable way. Now, let's say you don't have any work experience, and that's totally fine. You can include a section specifically for leadership experience, volunteer, but another one that's very underrated is project experience. Now, what counts as project experience? Project experience could be from one of your classes, or it could be something that you do outside of work that you work on yourself. So for example, for me, what I used to work on all the time were a ton of different projects from my courses, and I would add that on my resume. And one of them was called BOGOs, which was buy one, get one sales, which specifically utilized geolocation technology, which was relevant towards the field that I was trying to get into, which was tech. And so, how I structured it in my resume was I made bullets specifically regarding what I did in that role and what I did for that project, which were relevant to the industry or job description I was going for. So for example, for BOGOs, I worked on the geolocation piece. Again, I collaborated with multiple teams. I then figured out the different locations that we should scale our product to, and I mentioned that in my bullets. And make sure, everybody, in your bullets you're mentioning the specific hard skills. Let's say I analyze data, specifically on Tableau, and I utilize that data to make recommendations for our team to scale out our go-to-market strategy to different locations. I would then mention that specifically in my bullet. So for example, analyze data on Excel and Tableau to help make educated decisions based on XYZ, resulting in scaling our product to 6 locations in the US. You see how I added all of that together? I put those impact metrics, I put the action verbs, and I showcase that I utilized the hard skills specifically with Tableau and Excel to make educated decisions for my team. Now, something I always get asked too is, should we include skills and awards? Well, yes, for skills. Skills are extremely important, but make sure to put the specific hard skills that are relevant to the job or industry you're trying to get into. So for example, let's say the job description says that you need Python and C++ experience. Make sure to put that not only in your skills, but also put it throughout your resume, which showcases when you've utilized those specific hard skills. For awards, you can put specifically in your education section, which I'll go over next. For your education section, you should specifically put your university, what specific major you were in. You can put your graduation date if applicable, and you can put awards and organizations that you were a part of. You can also include relevant coursework experience. However, relevant coursework experience should only be added if you don't have any relevant experiences. The education section is very simple, and that's how it should be structured. And last but not least, should you include a picture on your resume? Here in the United States, we don't include pictures on our resumes. It may cause a bias when recruiters or hiring managers are looking at your resume. What we'd recommend is you can omit that specific picture and instead focus on the content pieces in your resume. What should be exemplified is your relevant work experiences, your relevant skills, and those will most likely get you over the top to get you a job in 2021. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and we appreciate it here at Wonsulting. If you want more videos, check out these videos right here, and make sure to click that subscribe button and click that bell so you can be notified when we make more videos, so each of you can turn from an underdog into a winner.